everyone, and welcome back to the English coverage of the Dota 2 Professional League group stages. This is going to be a much anticipated best of two between Vici and IG. I am very excited to see these teams play. Some of the best in China, some of the best in the world, and they're going head to head right here, right now. I'm going to be your caster, Annie, aka Android, and I am being joined by Zambrella. What's up, man?
Hey, it's good, it's good. Glad to be back, looking at some of this Chinese dodo. And into the draft, it looks pretty solid, pretty standard stuff coming out. Yeah, I mean, the Lion Phoenix, the two supports, probably picked up Avicii Gaming. Venge Doom, probably the other two supports. I mean, it could be an offlane Doom or something, but, pretty typical stuff here. Nothing too surprising, especially as this is just the first game, I guess.
Yeah, it's the first game. I don't know if we see anything too crazy, but this night so far, this is the ninth game that I've covered in this series in a row. But so far, we've seen a Luna who rushed an Ags refresher into an Ethereal Blade. We've seen a Tiny who got an early Ags synth from an Alchemist and then rushed a Butterfly at 20 minutes. We've seen some crazy plays all around the board, interesting lineups, and I hope we're not going to see the same old, but so far, Vici, IG, they're going with what's tried, what's true. They get out four of the most meta picks here, and the Phoenix is going to be awesome for Vici. Let's see. The Life Stealer still in the pool. That's a heavily contested one. I hope the offlane Darkseer gets a little bit of love here, because both teams like to run it. I think it's very strong. Adds to a lot of team fight. The Vacuum Walls have been huge so far. And, well, Drow Strat is banned out. Again, Vengeful Spirit becoming that new, essentially what used to be the Visage. Because every time I've seen the Venge picked up first, there has been either a Drow pick or a ban.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what damage it can do throughout the last few weeks. I mean, it's like an old school strat as well, so sure the veterans out there understand it fully. And I think like IG pick up Venge, not only is it a good hero for themselves, but I swear Burning has just been playing Venge over and over again in the games that I've watched. They're kind of taking that away from him. It's always good to take someone out of their comfort zone if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're going to see a Slardar picked up, and is that going to be off lane for ROTK? Is that going to be a safe lane core for CTY? They have a lot of variability here with the Slardar. It's run in a lot of different positions in 6.87 so far. Could not remember what patch we're on. That is what kind of night I'm having right now.
6.87D now, I think we're on.
Yeah, we're just going down the alphabet here. There's still some things that might need a balance tweak, so I wouldn't be surprised to see an E coming out at some point. Either way, IG, they're going to be going, they do have to pick up their mid, and a lot of the mids are starting to get banned out. I think a Puck could be pretty neat here, and, well, they may want to snap up a Life Stealer, because again, the Rage is so good up against that Phoenix Egg, able to just kind of negate the burn damage, negate the miss chance, and, well, IG, they do have a lot of variability in terms of what they like to run, and I'm curious to see what they go here, and how much it's going to reveal about the rest of the draft.
Yeah, I really do think they need to pick up something to deal with the Phoenix, and like you said, it's going to be the Life Stealer. I thought maybe we'd see a Clinks, potentially even an Ursa, but yeah, Life Stealer here. I still think Slardar is a very good pickup here from VG. I think it definitely could be run in that safe lane position, allow the two supports to line the Phoenix to start rotating around, because one-on-one, Slardar, as long as he gets a fairly good start, should be able to zone out the Doom fairly effectively. Get that early level 6 as well. It's pretty handy.
Okay, the Weaver picked up, and we're seeing this more and more, and I really like the Weaver pick because you can leave it alone in a lane. It doesn't need a babysitter, and that means the Lion's not going to have to play as much of that position 5, hard support role, able to roam, able to initiate and rotate elsewhere, and there so far isn't a lot of lockdown for the Weaver. I mean, maybe they go in for the Doom, but that means Weaver is going to rush Linken's. I think if this is a Linken's game, if I ever saw one.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I think that actually means Weaver safe lane, Slardar off lane now. But look at IG just picking up 3 tanky core heroes here. Strength core, melee. The Axe is fairly good at catching out that Weaver though and locking him down with the raw, not the raw, the call, the Berserker's call. That obviously doesn't get procs when you use Linken's, and you can kind of, if you jump on him, you can then burn the Linken's with the Battle Hunger, then Doom can jump in and get that Doom on the Weaver. If that's what you want to do. I guess also, so the strongest part about Phoenix, right, is this Sunray now, and you want a hero to be able to get on the back lines and stop that Sunray. And Axe, I guess, with a Blink Call can do that, as long as he doesn't get hit by the Sunray before he blinks.
Yeah, I just want to point out that IG are going for the big meta boys here. They got the Doom, the Lifestealer, and the Axe, and all three of these heroes don't have a above 50% win rate, I don't believe. I think Lifestealer and Axe, they're either amazing and they carry the game and they rip people to shreds, or they just don't ever quite get online. And I really like the Weaver pick here. Again, if it's a well-timed Linken's, if the Slaughter's able to go in aggressively and Blink Crush against the Axe, then Phoenix can rip them all down with a well-placed ult. If Weaver builds up right-click, they're going to have that. And Vici, they're still looking for their mid here, and they could go for something pretty damage-oriented as well.
Yeah, just going back to the win rates. Axe over 14 games has a 14% win rate. 14, 1-4.
That's not so good.
In this tournament, that is, not this patch.
Yeah, but again, you want Axe to be that really tanky, aggressive laner, but it's situational. I think it shouldn't be picked up as frequently as it is, because especially in this lineup, picking up an Axe into a Slardar, into a Phoenix, that's ambitious.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how IG are going to actually lane this. I mean, I think obviously a safe lane Lifestealer, probably an off lane Axe. So I guess it is going to be a mid lane hero for IG next, since the Tinker gets banned out from Vici. Aiming. Both teams looking for mid heroes. So what is that? There's Puck, Quap. Okay, the DK gets banned out. So.
IG need a little bit more range. They need a little bit more initiate. So I'm tempted. That's
okay.
they're just gonna cut me off there with the exact opposite of what I was thinking. And explain me that.
I don't know. I guess I assume this is gonna be like it could be a mid Lifestealer. We've seen that a couple of times, I'm sure. But they just put that Naga Siren in the safe lane, and you have these four heroes, the Venge, Doom, Lifestealer, and Axe, just roaming around, creating so much space for your Naga Siren. She gets that Radiance, and should get it in a fairly decent time, and then you just win the game off of that, I guess. And where's the wave? Where's like decent wave clear? Yeah, there's Lion, I guess. It's quite good against Naga, but...
I like the Storm pick here. I think it's a lot of lockdown, and is able to go in, but if Storm gets, feasted on, if Storm gets doomed up, if Storm gets sung on, it's a nice easy pick, and CTY will pick it up, so he's going to be taking up the mid lane here. He does switch back and forth sometimes between mid and safe, and Ferrari 430 grabs up the Naga. Very interested to see if IG drag this long enough to really get Naga online, or if it's going to be kind of towards the mid game.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see, but they certainly have the potential to give Naga Siren the space. If Axe can get that early Blink Dagger, maybe Lifestealer can then infest him, they can go around just looking for kills, picking off Weaver. They've got enough lockdown to definitely do it, with a call, a stun from Venge, plus Doom Ultimate, they can get a couple of heroes down fairly quickly. They've just got to watch out for that Phoenix sitting on the back lines, plus the Lion, I guess.
Alright, we are locked and loaded here. We're going to be going into game 1 again of a best of 2 between IG and VG, and some of the top teams in China now battling it out head to head. I'm Annie, that's Umbrella, and let's get on into it. We can start here with the introductions, looking over at the Dire side, the team that just came off a 1-1 split series right before this. We're going to have ROTK on that offlane Slardar, HYM on the Phoenix, it's going to be CTY on the Storm, and over here in the safe lane, we are going to have Burning on the Lion, and finally Weaver's going to be played by Sylar. Now, HYM did end up playing Bat mid twice in the last series, so...
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he really enjoyed that Bat, and it was very, very successful, but he's going to be stepping back, playing more of that support role, and I hope CTY is going to be able to go in and get the farm in mid lane, because that's going to be a nice heavy contest point. Storm needs a couple items before he's able to really come online.
Right. So on the Radiant side, we've got IG, XXS playing the Lifestealer. We've got QD on the Axe. Actually looks like he might be starting off in the jungle with the Iron Talon.
Yeah.
We've got Baboka on the Avenged Spirit. We've got Ferrari 430 on that Naga Siren, and finally Wrong on that. Looks like it's going to be an off-lane Doom for now. He has started off with a Smoke of Deceit, so really thinking I guess he's expecting to maybe want to rotate out fairly soon, get level 2, maybe get Infernal Blade plus Devour plus a decent creep, and maybe do start applying some pressure on that Storm Spirit in the mid lane.
Alright, HYM trying to get cheeky here, but won't be successful. Naga grabs up the Bounty Rune bottom lane. It's going to be Storm with the other rune up top, and so now both mids are going to be getting a little bit closer to the bottle. Storm versus a Naga, like, what even happens here? Is it farm focused? Is it kill focused? Is it rotation focused?
Yeah, it's definitely just farm focused for now. Naga Siren even leveling up the mirror image to try and secure last hits, but Storm Spirit should be okay, but with Naga Siren with the PMS, it's not going to be too easy to harass her down when she gets the bottle as well. I think fairly even.
Yeah, we are going to have ROTK taking up this offlane here. He's a very aggressive player, and I love him on the Slardar. He's able to go in, he gets a crush here onto the Lifestealer, but the problem is that Lifestealer just lifesteals back on up. How long do you think the Phoenix hangs around, or, you know, is this going to be essentially a duel off, or will Phoenix end up moving towards the mid, towards the top, finding space elsewhere?
Well, the Weaver and the Lion should be able to deal with the Doom, so I don't see why not. Just leave the Phoenix here, maybe harass the Axe. He can play fairly confidently just because of the Icarus dive and get him out of dangerous situations. So he does have to watch out for the stun. But Venge is quite happy just to lay in the right clicks against a Phoenix who has 0 armor.
Looks like VG maybe having some lag issues, and you know, we can talk a bit about these lanes because, oh, Kale, you know what to do. You know what to do, Twitch chat. I believe in you. But either way, I don't think the Venge gets the pick on the Phoenix here. It does have that level 1 missile, but there's no real damage follow-up as Axe. He's got his eyes on bigger prizes, wants to get his farm up as quickly as possible. Are we going to see first Tranquils into Blink, or, you know, I've honestly seen Tranquils into straight Blade Mail and no Blink.
I haven't seen that. It's normally been the Vanguard first, then the Blink, but I think it'll just be a straight-up Blink for this Axe. The game plan, definitely from IG, I think, is to create space for this Naga Siren, so the sooner you can do that, the better. And Blink Dagger is definitely an item that facilitates sort of aggression.
Alright, up top, speaking of aggression, we have Wrong up here onto Sylar. Sylar is notoriously hard to get a hold of on that Weaver, leveling up that Zakuchi, and even the Infernal Blade, when it is leveled up from the Doom, just won't have enough burn damage to get the job done, so you've got to let the Weaver farm. There's only so much Doom can do in terms of pressure, and it'll be interesting to see who farms harder, the Weaver or the Naga.
Wow, sure, it should be the Naga.
Well, yeah, but they're going to have different power spikes. Again, once Weaver picks up the Lincolns, going to be able to go and leave the lane a little bit more safely.
Naga Siren already doing okay, 8 CS versus the 6 of the Storm Spirit. And I'd like to see IG get aggressive on the Storm Spirit as soon as possible before CTY gets that level 6, that Ball Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, Storm is super level dependent, and he's going to be picking up his bottle relatively soon, and that's going to be a nice pick on him, getting more mana, able to go in and harass. In terms of the overall mid-battle, it's going to be quite close. I mean, Storm, Naga with a slight advantage, again, because of those little illusions there. She's going to have just more bodies in the fight, but CTY, he's keeping up. He's not getting completely zoned back, which is super important.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any kills in this mid lane unless any rotations happen. I guess most likely place to get a kill, I think, is if Vengeful Spirit gets caught out in this bottom lane, Slarla gets a crush, maybe a lucky bash, and then Phoenix follows up with the Sunray. I think that'd be a fairly simple kill.
Okay, so going back on in here, the action is never going to stop as RTK constantly fighting, but that means his last hitting is not ideal. He's actually kind of keeping pace with the Lifestealer, not getting zoned out completely, but he's got to keep his eyes on the farm because he does need that blink before he's going to be really a killing machine.
There's really not much going on the map at the moment, pretty standard stuff. Doom still holding on to the smoke. I think that's where you got to keep your eyes at the moment, and Vengeful Spirit trying to sap some experience from this camp that's been taken by ROTK and HYM.
Well, Venge is going to go through a really nice sentry ward there, getting the D ward, losing a little bit of vision here in the jungle, so Dire are not going to be as eager to go ahead and rotate in rather push their Slardar into lane. We are going to have XSS go in onto ROTK. The Phoenix from the backline is trying to keep him healthy with a Sunray. Sunray is a good spell, now turning and using it aggressively onto the Lifestealer, but he's able to go and regen off whatever damage he takes. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we got Storm now farming. Naga pushed in very aggressively, but again, with the Mirror Illusions, Ferrari 430 wants to push this. Is going to go in there. Will be a static Remnant doing a decent amount of damage. Now CTY going back, turning the damage out, but again, still no kills. Over here, we are going to see Axe getting kind of low, but he's in the jungle. He'll be a-okay. You know, he may even deny to neutrals just to get a quick trip back to base.
Doom's getting in a bit of trouble now.
Yeah, we had Earth Spike now, and Doom, he's just trapped so deeply. He goes into the Infernal Blood, but Sylar, not messing around, just completely taking out that Hell Beast, and that's going to be a decent bounty there. Almost 400 gold on the Weaver at 4 minutes in. That's a decent chunk of extra XP, extra gold, and ROTK actually getting kind of low. Will go through, is going to get wounded up. The Sunray will
Lion.
come back in. Lion returns this with a really nice Earth Spike. He rotates down. They don't have enough mana for a Hex, and there will be a missile turning onto RTK, but the Lifestealer, he's going to be the casualty. Nice crush turning things onto the Venge. Venge wants to go through. She wants to get this, but oh, the burn will get down the Slardar. Vengeful Spirit falls as well. The Phoenix goes down too. What a bloodbath here is burning with no mana, no health, just scrambles back under his tier 1.
Wow, crazy. Bloodbath. So basically a 3-for-2 trade there. Well, that's counting to kill the Doom up in the top lane. Who expects the Lion to come in there? They certainly didn't. It looked like they would have that kill on the Slardar, but a quick rotation, a timely rotation for burning on the Lion helps out. Then the Doom comes back in after dying.
Speaking of rotations,
makes the trade okay.
Deep right
Nice
out of the
kill.
mid lane. Yeah, that was... Venge wasn't even smoked up or anything. Storm just stood there, and I guess the high ground vision,
Nighttime.
yeah, the nighttime vision, man, it killed him off. But I don't think Storm's gonna make that mistake twice. He needs a little bit of aggressive warding.
And he just hit level 6 as well.
Oh,
I don't know how much mana he had or how much time he had to react in the end. But that's a very nice pick off, and now 3-all, 5.5 minutes in, looking to be a fairly even game. The lanes themselves are fairly even. I guess the wild horse here is the Axe.
and he's in the jungle here. He's getting a decent sum of farm now, sitting at 630, and I just don't know what he brings to the fight, because he's not going to be that real nice frontlaner in lane, because he's just dipping into the jungle. And how long does he hold on as a big core that can jump in and initiate the fights? I guess getting the call onto the Weaver is a useful skill to have. I just worry that there's other junglers, hell, even the Enigma, that could do what he does better.
Potentially, I mean, did they pick it up fairly early on? No, it was like during the second phase. Oh, I don't know. I just guess they feel comfortable with this hero. He, like, Enigma gets blink, and then the black hole is, you know, you've got to wait however long the cooldown is. It's like over 2 minutes or something. But every call has got a, what was it? It's a 16-second cooldown, so you can use it like pretty much every time you find a kill. You don't have to wait for 2 minutes until your ultimate's back up again. You just continually fight, continually apply pressure. Meanwhile, top lane, wrap around.
That's going to be a nice little gank there. Do they have the damage to go into the Hex? And even the Scorched Earth isn't enough to keep him safe. As that's going to be Weaver's second kill of the game, exerting pressure onto the tier 1 tower here. And again, Weaver going to be very, very conditional upon getting those early items, and the kill bounties are certainly helping. We have the casual Blightstone picked up. I'm tempted to push for the Lincolns before the Deso, but either or is okay.
No, I don't know. I think the Deso might be okay, the way the game's going at the moment.
I mean, I think both are neat, but it's just going to be a matter of which one gets grabbed up first.
Yeah. It depends a bit on the Slardar and how quickly he gets his Blink Dagger as to, you know, when they can get aggressive. I mean, they got the Storm Spirit to initiate, I guess. They need him to. Another potential Lincoln's carrier.
Yeah, if we switch over to net worth now, we are going to see that the Weaver's doing really well. Hold that thought here. XSS is going to be going away. They do have that little bit of a slow. XSS turns things onto RTK. RTK does not have the crush. Oh man, what a bait. There will be a magic missile, and Lifestealer secures the kill onto the Slardar. They're looking for the Phoenix as well. One more right click should do it. What? The Fire Spirit slow. Too much, as they have to
level 1.
They have to watch the Phoenix go away with like a health point.
Wow. I was like, it's only level 1. Surely that doesn't slow that much. But clearly it does.
Yeah, it's
calculated to perfection.
I feel like Phoenix may need some adjustments. That's just me though.
6-second extra cooldown on Sunray. Absolute rubbish now.
Alright, so let's talk back about this mid matchup. We are going to see Storm behind the net worth of the Naga, but again, so early in the game, it's not going to be, you know, the biggest deal. Naga, though, you do need to control her very well. She is going to hop into the jungle here. Ferrari grabbing up some extra bit of gold, extra bit of XP, and doesn't grab the song just yet. I think you wait until you're going to group up and fight before you grab that Song of the Siren.
Yeah, well, she's just going farm mode, getting the extra levels in the Riptide and Mirror Image certainly help out with that. Farming. Oh, nice regen rune. Very nice.
Yeah, she had that one in a bottle for a decent time. Now, Doom is level 7. He does have the namesake Doom spell up and available. There will be a TP in from the Lion. They're looking onto Stylar. They do get the Doom off. That's going to be fantastic there, as Weaver not going to be able to go out in time-lapse, but does end up scooching back underneath the safety of the lane. And, well, the Doom is only level 1, so it will expire very soon. Do they go in for this? They do end up getting the tower as Doom goes for the deny. Now Weaver wants to go back in, Scoochie back through. They can get the Vengeful Spirit. She's got the swap stun combo, but can she turn and get it off in time? She goes for the stun. She tries to get the setup onto Sylar at least, but the time lapse back out won't be enough as Doom. He gets Earth spiked up. He's got no mana to work with. And overall, VG, they're being bullies. They're controlling up this top lane, and Sylar getting the most out of this. He is going to be going for that Linken's first.
Alright, we got a Blink Dagger now on the Axe though. Gonna regen up and look to probably start going mid. Find anyone he can and just go crazy and continue creating space for the Naga Siren. 2k gold now. Do they think that's the real Naga? No.
No, they're not going to be fooled that easily. Again, both these teams at some of the highest level of Chinese Dota currently in the scene, and these teams know each other so well. They've been battling out small tournaments, big tournaments, internationals, and they're going to get inside each other's heads very quickly.
Smoke up from the Lion and Slaughter. Slaughter doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet, but I guess they initiate with Storm Spirit if need be. Is this the real Naga? I think it is.
They're going to go through. They get the Hex. They do have the Earth Spike as well. She just gets blasted down. Phoenix with the laser beam on the back line, so arguably maybe a bit of a big old commit, but at least they send a warning, and one that IG won't soon forget, as Sylar will be the trade down bottom. So QD comes out of the jungle with a vengeance. He's got that blink, he's got that dunk. They are going to trade for a tower here. It looks like the tier 1 will be picked off. Doom doesn't have the ultimate up just yet. So he's just going to walk in, be that tanky frontliner, go and devouring a creep, and he's got the Scorched Earth. They want to get the Phoenix. They will get the Phoenix. RTK hopping in and out of creeps. They're going to get the dunk on RTK as well. Really nice kill here, and CTY wants to conserve that mana. He's going to get feasted upon. Can he run away? Soul Ring will buy him a little bit of space, but burning. Maybe the Sacrificial Lamb. He's got that negative armor, and now Axe goes through. Double kill. Technically a triple kill if you count that bottom lane. Overall, it's going to be a 4 for none. It costs IG rotations. It costs them a couple of ults, but that is freaking worth it. At 11 minutes in the game, getting everyone but a Storm Spirit down? Good golly.
That was great. Doom sort of like is acting kind of cocky, like moving in, getting aggressive. He actually might have just killed the Phoenix, was just sticking around and end up getting Infernal Bladed and died. But they were like, we want this tower, we want this tower, and then they're like, this Doom's getting aggressive. Maybe there's backup. Must have been some miscommunication from BG. They probably all should have gone, okay, why is Doom being this aggressive? We should back off. There's clearly some TPs in. We know the Axe has got a blink now, and they just got Axe Lifestealer bombed combo dead.
Yeah, and this could be one of those few games we've seen in the tournament so far where the Axe is actually getting the works done, because again, he hops out of the jungle and immediately picks himself up 3 kills and assist and hasn't died yet. Very different from some of the lane axes we've seen. Sometimes the lane axes are underwhelming. Yeah, we've got a rotation in. They do have the line to start things off. The Earth Spike will go through with the call. They're going to get the jump here. QD goes through. There is going to be a Doom on the Phoenix. No eggs for you, little bird. And there's going to be Earth Spike connecting with the 2. Storm zips in. He is going to get a Remnant here. This is looking really, really good for VG. They get one. They're looking for the other. They do have the Hex onto Wrong. He's got that Scorched Earth keeping him taking, you know. They are going to rotate in the Lifestealer. ROTK will end up going down. The Crush will not save his life. His Lifestealer is raged up. Burning. He's running away. He eats up the Fairy Fire. And now Lifestealer, he's getting very, very low. VG, they've got to sustain. They will end up getting a 4 wipe in the other direction, sacrificing a Slardar. What is this game?
That was fairly sloppy from IG there. And I think the smoke breaking surprised the Axe, so he just got a single call on the line. Would have liked to have at least got someone else as well. The Doom on the Phoenix, yeah, stopped the egg coming out, but just kept back. It's a level 1 Doom, only does 300 magic damage. Total, it's not that great. Naga Siren does, however, was given some space, farming up now. 2k gold on top of that Radiance recipe, which she bought when she died in that mid lane.
Yeah, there's going to be a mass rotation down. Yeah, Axe going back through. He's going to hold the dunk for now, forcing up the time lapse, and now he's actually getting quite low. The Phoenix Sunbeam, really, really strong. He's going to flap back over to the safety of his tier 1, and that's 3 heroes now down in the bottom lane that maybe would have liked to push elsewhere, would have liked to go mid, and cost them a little bit of time, but again, important to note, in that last fight where 4 heroes died, the Naga did stay farming the entire time, and she's about 1,000 gold off of her Radiance, and that's going to be a really, really key item for this pushing Naga.
Yeah, if she can get that within like the next 5 minutes or something, that's going to be so huge.
Going in, they're going to wait out the rage here, going for the body blocks, but ROTK, oh, the Crush actually off the mark. They mistimed the AoE a little bit, and now Lifestealer,
They got to be careful here.
He's burning. There will be a, speaking of burning, gonna walk through. We'll end up backing off. He had the Earth Spike, he had the finger, but didn't want to overcommit because again, one wrong step, and they've seen that IG can immediately punish this. It's gonna be a call in onto CTY. Can they get the dunk? They do. Storm Spirit is down for 45 seconds. That's a pretty big death timer here at 14 minutes.
Yeah, this Axe is just doing everything he needs to at the moment. Running around, getting blinks, calls. Yeah, he died once. He's just got to keep going. Keep creating space for that Naga Siren, who continues to get very close to that Radiance. You know, VG maybe thought they had a bit more time, but time is running out very quickly. It does look like Weaver is going to go for a Lincoln Sphere first over that Desolator. Don't know Blink on Slardar though, actually. That's a little unfortunate, although if with this tower going down in the bottom lane, he'll have money for that now.
Yeah, he's gonna hop.
I just want to point out this Dire Vision is actually really good at the moment. However, not good for the situation they're in at the moment, considering majority of the Radiant heroes in the top half of the map versus the bottom half.
Looking for the jump here. They will get the call. They do have the Doom available. They're just going to slap it out. Storm is not able to zip away, but the mass TP is coming in through. And Ferrari 430 holding the song till they need it is going to be singing there as the TPs finish up. Do they look to disengage here? And I think that's the play as Ferrari, fresh out of mana, doesn't have enough for the nets or the illusions. And it's going to be going in. There will be a Phoenix again going in with a slow, but a Black line call. QD getting it done. The helixes are going to be huge. They get the dunk on the line. It's not the most important pick in the world, but it's something. Now blink away. ROTK shows off that new blink dagger. IG definitely taking up the aggressive position here.
That was a fantastic song. They held on to the song. They knew the TPs were coming in, and that kind of shows you the issue of like mass TPing on the same tower. TPs just end up taking way too long. They got the kill on the Storm Spirit, and then just stormed up and got out there. They even managed to find an extra kill on the Lion.
Yeah, I really like the way the Naga's playing, because she's not trying to fight early necessarily, but she's farming. She does have that Radiance going on herself, and she's a nice utility. They use the song, but they don't look to put the Naga in the fight, because losing her now is too detrimental.
She's got a Radiance now. She can actually at least send the illusions in to start doing some burn damage. He'll farm up this Manta style very quickly, then the Octarine, and suddenly then VG. Gonna feel a little unhappy.
That's certainly a statement. Now Phoenix is gonna go for the Midas. No surprises, it's such a level dependent hero. You gotta get that level 3 egg, you gotta get those Sunrays up, and gonna be doing an okay job of that. Should be about a 18-minute Midas if she keeps up a good farm.
Yeah, she was actually doing really well, but then she died a couple of times, I think.
Right, Axe, he's going to be invised up. He wants a pick, and they might be able to find it with the Naga Illusion burning. Goes for the mana onto the illusion, but immediately stops. Now, there will be another rotation in. VG in the jungle. They're positioned aggressively. They are all underneath the sentry ward, but they have observer vision as well, so this isn't going to be too much of a surprise. In fact, Axe, he's going to look to channel on this, and there's going to be the sun right here. They may end up losing their Venge. They're going to go through the call to splash the damage. ROTK, not long for this world. Sylar sitting here underneath the tier 1 tower. He's going to get back safely, but very nice pick onto the Slardar. Support traded for a big ol' offlaner, and that's going to favor IG.
Yeah. Lincoln's now done for that Weaver, so he doesn't have to worry about the swap, the Doom. I mean, there are ways of cancelling it, the Battle Hunger as well. If he gets Blink called, Battle Hunger, then Doomed. That's a fairly simple way of beating down the Weaver. I would like to point out that the Lion is actually starting to max out the mana drain just to reduce the cooldown to 4 seconds over 16 seconds to try and deal with the illusions of Naga Siren.
I mean, I guess it's something here, but that means he doesn't have that point in the Hex, which is just really valuable lockdown at this point.
I mean, 2.5 second disable versus 4. It's a bit of a trade-off here, but the smoke up now from IG. Who are they going to be able to find?
Phoenix may be the one to pop it. It will be the one to pop it. They're going to look to go into high ground. Oh, the call off the mark for the Axe. That's a big initiation tool now down. They still do have the Dooms. They might just walk up and cast it. Both heroes here, they're waiting. We got, who's going to be the first to jump here? It might be CTY going in, but you really don't want to jump onto a lifestealer because he's ride or die. Another call off the mark for the Axe, and I think IG, they cut their losses and back out from this.
Yeah, the Weaver's pressuring bottom lane, Lion's getting some farm in the top lane, while they're all grouped up mid. It's just not efficient by any stretch of the imagination. Weaver's got to be careful though. Oh, he managed to juke them out. That was well played.
Weaver is a juke master, to say the least, and does have that Lincoln, so very hard to get a hold of. Another sentry comes out. The time lapse back underneath another sentry ward, so not exactly the sneakiest play from Sylar, but he will go through, he will TP out, and they don't have the swap stun combo to get out.
Nice top lane.
Axe. I mean, he's really tanky. He's gonna take 3 spells there, and Crush Up will finally secure it. Oh, the song! He's alive. He's got the amplified damage. The courier will drop off the Echo Saber here onto the Lifestealer. So now he's got that for this fight. They're gonna be going back through. They do get the Wave of Terror. Naga Siren does end up killing off the Phoenix, and now the Doom comes out onto the Slardar ROTK. He's trying to blink, but he can't blink. The Scorched Earth keeps canceling it. Meanwhile, the Dunk comes through. The Axe does get down the Storm Spirit. They're looking for the kill onto ROTK as well. Infernal Blade coming out, and finally a net from the Naga will be what they need. And Doom gets that kill. Style points there with the Shockwave.
I was watching the Storm Spirit chase after the Axe. He committed so much mana to try and find the Axe, and then continued chasing backs. Had the call, and then the Blade Mail turned on. A couple of right clicks came in, and they just dunked the Storm Spirit on like when he was on like 100, 150 HP himself. I mean, understanding his hero so well.
Axe is a man. We can say that here, as now he's 6-1-3. Weaver. Gonna be going through again. Has to be playing very carefully here. The Radiant, they've got themselves some really nice vision. They've got the Observer, they got the Sentries, and they got this one as well. So Weaver looks to make up some much needed farm in the Radiant jungle, but that's not the safest place. And you know, if you're Sylar, what do you do to keep up your usefulness? Because in terms of net worth, you're second, but it feels like you're just really not having that zoning Weaver presence you want.
I guess he's got to try and they just can't take like 5-on-5 fights at the moment. Like, Storm Spirit doesn't have farm. Weaver would love to have like at least a Deso now to be able to get on the back line to try and kill off those supports as quickly as possible. But I mean, the only target he can actually really go on at the moment is the issue is the Vengeful Spirit is
up there. Venge just gets destroyed, and Axe is on a roll here. 6-1-4. He now has the Blade Mail online. He's got another 1,000 gold on top of the Vanguard. What's it? Oh god. Mass TPs through. Wrong is going to be okay for now. Sylar goes into that security form. Can they get a call here? Axe blinks forward. He tries to be aggressive. He's such a good frontliner at this point. No one wants to tangle with him. He does have to blink off cooldown in 4 seconds. They're going to be looking for a reinitiate here, but VG playing this one so safe. They don't want to give away any more free kills to IG.
Man, this is the issue with such a tanky lineup on IG. They jump on the Doom, and with 3 heroes, they can't kill them off before support arrives. Same thing like with any of the other heroes apart from the Vengeful Spirit, pretty much. You can't just initiate on the Axe.
Initiate. We're going to be going through. There will be a call onto Sylar. They got the Lifestealer damage as well. That's going to be a kill onto the very slippery Weaver through a Linken's ROTK, just getting mashed down. The Earth Spike not going to do its work there as Burning reveals himself to be in the trees. He will blink out. He will TP out. I think VG... they get a very stern warning. Zip out from the storm as well, and now IG, they're hitting an early power spike here, and that power spike is going to scale so nicely with the Naga getting a lot of space. She's going to go for the Manta next.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't know how VG really come back from this. They're never going to outfarm this Naga Siren. She's always going to be on top. You've got a Slardar that is currently second on bottom net worth for his team. Like, they just don't have the tools or the heroes to be able to deal with what IG have right now. And if IG play this right, they should be able to just continue barreling down. They're going to get another call on the Phoenix. Done. Then the dunk. No, don't even need to dunk.
That's just the raw damage plopping out from IG. And, you know, the kill score at 22-11, that's a really nice gold pick in terms of XP. Almost 1,000 in favor of IG. Overall XP, over 15,000. I thought I was misreading a 0, but at 22 minutes in the game, this is getting real ugly. Gold gonna be a similar story. 15,000 gold in favor of IG, and again, all that extra bit of farm, all that extra bit of experience benefits Ferrari so much.
It's not looking good for VG. Let's just say it. So ideal situation, I guess, is the Weaver has to get on the back line and kill off the Vengeful Spirit, because whoever they initiate on, 1, it's very unlikely they can kill them off in the first place. 2, Venge can then go for a swap.
We've got Blink Wars coming down, but meanwhile, top lane, we are going to have Weaver laying in. They do get the crush onto the Venge, so it's a kill. They'll take it. It's a support. Now, can they cancel the TP from
Bash?
No. No bashes, unfortunately.
So they get the Venge, right? But I don't think IG really mind too much. They're still farming on all their cores. They've forced everyone down to this bottom lane for VG so they can take this top tower. However, does mean VG can maybe take this Roshan. Maybe an extra life is what they need to at least bring themselves back into this game.
Alright, so, well, we've got Roshan melting down pretty quickly. Again, the Slardar makes it so easy with the amplified damage with the Doom. Walk into the pit, will get revealed by the Sentry Ward. They're looking for the kills here. They get the Finger of Death, but there's gonna be a Naga song. She's splatting out, and this is looking so good. The dogs are gonna be coming out. The Culling Blade is off the mark, so it's gonna be a long cooldown, but to get down the storm, they're gonna get down burning as well. ROTK running for his life, snaps up a bounty, but that's not gonna be worth his whole life. As he falls, it's gonna be 3 for nothing. Weaver does end up going through, eyes on the prize, gets the Roshan, gets the Aegis, but the rest of the Weaver's team is dead. That is so not what you want if you're VG right now.
Oh, they grouped up. That was a good. I don't know. I didn't see if the call actually went off in the end during the song or something, but either way, he got a few spins in, and the rest of the team was able to follow up. The Weaver does have Aegis, so he can play like super aggressively now if he wants to. His Venge is going to get caught out here potentially. Lifesteal is around the corner. The swap comes out. The right clicks are going to beat down the Weaver, and now Weaver, not the Weaver, the Phoenix, the 1-for-1.
I mean, Ferrari's fine. Like, Ferrari's not scared at all by Salar just going through and trying to zone, because at this point, Naga can just go, she can manta, or rather get close to manting away, she can mirror illusion herself, she can rip tide, and that's a sizable chunk of damage onto Weaver, and may even force a time lapse if Weaver walks up and tangles with the wrong Naga illusion. So Ferrari definitely on a roll, really spiking up in terms of net worth. Next highest is going to be Lifestealer, and he's found his Echo Saber, like we talked about. He has gone for the Desolator, pretty typical Lifestealer build. Wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to go for AC, just to get some more tower push.
Yeah, probably AC. I think maybe even a heart at this point in the game. Might be pretty good for him. That means they can sort of like push up, do some tower damage, he can back off, regen up with the heart. Obviously add some extra damage, and the double hit from the Echo Saber helps out a lot with that as well.
Alright, so IG, there's no doubt they're ahead. They're now going to be tipping towards that 20,000 net worth point, which at this point in the game is almost unwinnable. I have to say, if they tip to 1,000 gold lead per minute, it's unwinnable. But VG, they haven't tapped out for a reason. What does VG's ideal fight look like?
Well, hopefully the Naga's not there at all. Meanwhile, the bottom lane Slardar does get called. The 4-star forward from the Axe as well.
Goes in for the crush. He will get wrong, stuck in his tracks. The Doom is off in 3 seconds, but they don't want to wait this out. As RTK looking to turn this, are going to have the Storm going in. The Silence committed onto the Doom, making sure he doesn't return the favor with his Tomb Silence. And I mean, he's got the Shadow Blade. Not going to be as sneaky as we hope. They're going to be on point with their vision, hopefully, from now on.
Oh, it looks like Aegis actually managed to get burned. That Lifestealer just solo picking off the Weaver there. I don't really know what happened there.
I mean, these two cores are going to battle it out. This is a very, very fighty thing. We are... Oh, Ferrari gets hexed up. That's the real Naga. Are they going to adopt the finger? Do they have the finger? Yeah, they're going through, but Naga able to turn this around. Oh man, that Radiant's doing so much work, but oh, ROTK coming back in, actually making himself useful here, gets the crush. Lion does get the kill on the Naga after all, and that's a big bounty. That's over 1,200 gold straight into the Lion's pocket. Now the mid tower, they are going to trade this one away, and the Weaver did end up falling somewhere. As Lifestealer again didn't get the pick off. Now there is going to be a blink in. Again, nice crush from ROTK, but the Radiant, they're looking up to give this up. Vengeful Spirit does end up going down, but that means Storm is hitting for less and less damage. And okay, Burning, sucking off some mana. Axe doesn't have enough for that call, doesn't have enough for the cull. He's still tanky, he's still got a lot of health, but can't really look to turn the fight. Blink away from Burning, as Lifestealer may have to show some restraint. Can't dive tier 4s just yet.
Not yet. But go back to like the, I think firstly, Ferrari, I think he played that a little bit cocky. Yes, he could have killed the Lion, but he didn't have vision on where any other heroes were. He was just like, yeah, I killed the Lion on 150 HP or whatever. Kind of came back and bite him in the ass, but he's learned his lesson. He's respawned. He can go back to farming now. But the ideal team fight for VG, I think, is, you know, we're looking, it's at the stage of the game where we're looking like 3-4 man crushes into like 3-man Earth Spikes with a Phoenix Egg going on at the same time. You get a Weaver chipping away at the supports, and then you sort of leave maybe like, I think the order, you've got to kill off the Venge first, then maybe go on the Doom. If you can bring those two down first, that's a lot of the disables that IG have gone, and then you can start focusing on the other heroes.
Alright, so...
Yeah, it's really hard. Maybe Storm should go for like an Axe this game. Meanwhile,
Sylar. Yeah, there's gonna be a song. They are setting the hell up for this. Not gonna let this bug go away. They have the call as soon as the song ends, and they're ready for this. They go in, they get the call. They're gonna get the dunk on the Sylar. They pop the Lincolns, not even needing the call. Axe holds onto that as he just swings his axe in a circle. Naga Siren getting the gold for that Weaver, and that's gonna be only 300 towards her, but every little bit helps here as she has picked up the Manta, has the Booth to Travel, and 4,400 gold. Why so much money?
She'll buy the Octarine Core straight out, or at least the Soul Booster first. Who are you going for? A Lotus Orb. Nice.
On who? Oh.
2D, the X.
Okay, ROTK, nice crush, does reveal the life stealers inside, and again, they do have the Doom. They're gonna hold on to it for now, as ROTK will just melt under the pressure here, and Sunbeam not doing enough to save anything, and Godlike Streak now out for the life stealer. It's so good. He doesn't even have that many items. He's sitting on 2k gold. We'll be able to pick up his next big item, Storm. He doesn't want to commit all his mana to get his way, and Ferrari 430 putting in so much pressure. I'd say this Naga strat is executed. It's check plus.
I don't even think they needed a Naga, to be honest, this game. They could have had anyone in the mid lane. It's mostly been the Axe roaming around and the Doom and the Life. The Life Stealers are so fat as well. Naga has helped, obviously, the team pushing out the lanes and stuff like that, and is that late game backup plan.
Oh, the Phoenix! That is beyond Godlike Streak now for the Life Stealer, and VG, they're getting their targets thrown in all different directions. Their attention is split, and IG, they've got their eyes on the prize. Really nice initiations. Another Culling Blade comes through. They get the Lion down. 50 seconds without a Lion. No buyback on the Phoenix as well. This might be IG looking to take it all, as ROTK will end up going down as well. No buyback for him, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the tap out. There we go. ROTK calling out that GG. Game number 1 will go the way of IG here, but we got another one. Final thoughts on the games, Umbrella?
That was just really well executed draft from IG. The lanes were actually very even, but the fact that there was this Axe in the jungle just free farming away, he got a really good time on that Blink Dagger and did exactly what he needed to do. Roam around, get some kills, go to the lanes. And as you see, he ended 8-1 and 15. The Lifestealer had a fantastic game as well, being able to infest in that Axe. Meanwhile, Naga Siren did Naga Siren things and got like a 20-minute Radiance or something.
It was good. It was very good.
Earlier.
Yeah, no, I think it was earlier than that. I think by 20 minutes she already had most of her Octarine completed. So again, IG take a commanding game 1, but you can never really tap VG out. They're going to come back playing game 2 of this series right here on this channel.